One of the most important tasks Help Us Help the Children performs each year is the delivery of humanitarian aid to the orphanages in Ukraine. During their annual trips, Help Us Help the Children personally delivers medicine, toys, clothing, and educational materials directly to the children. Yet, not every mission proceeds smoothly, and to tell us about that is Daria Hensirovska, one of the members of Help Us Help the Children. Welcome, Daria.
Thank you.
What are the obstacles, if any, that the humanitarian missions can and do encounter?
Well, I think we have to subdivide the missions into three parts: Canada, Ukraine, and then once on the route. In Canada, the difficulties that we not often but always encounter is, first of all, once we've decided what orphanages we are going to visit, we then have to, with a team of 4 people that are really, really, really expert at this, it takes us between 10 and 12 hours to accurately, according to our needs profiles, distribute what we have judiciously and effectively to the orphanages that we are going to visit. Then, the day that we're loading the containers, the difficulty we have is that every single item that goes into the container must be itemized, because otherwise it will not pass Canadian customs, much less Ukrainian customs that's going to get exactly the same list. Now, once in Ukraine, our sister organization, Товариство Приятелі Дітей, goes into high gear, because all the medications, every single thing that we have had, specifically the medications, must have all the analysis. The analysis must then be sent to Ukraine. Our organization members must go to to the different ministries in order to get approval for the acceptance of these goods. Once that's done, then we have our fingers crossed that no laws have changed as far as customs, and we can then get through customs without any problems, without any payment. Now, that's all done, all said and done. We're in Ukraine, we're ready to go on the route. The roads are terrible. If we're lucky enough to go in May, at least we have the weather on our side. However, when we have our route, and as a matter of fact, just a correction, we don't go annually, we strive to go twice a year. In winter, it is terrible. They don't salt the roads. The potholes that existed in the summer are now skating rinks in the winter. Finding a place to sleep is almost impossible. When we do sleep in orphanages, which is probably 90% of the time, we sleep on children's beds that are put together to accommodate one adult. The blankets are almost non-existent. The temperature in the rooms can be -5 or 5. And so it's extremely exhausting and hazardous. So that's just a brief synopsis without going into particular detail, or have I got a story for you? That's a synopsis of just a little bit of what we have to live through, but it's worth it.
So by no means it is not an easy task for all the volunteers of Help Us Help the Children, but their task can be made easier with your help. Please give us a call on the phone number that you see on the screen. Give us a call and make a donation to help these children and help the volunteers who help the children in Ukraine.
To provide a better overview of the extent and type of humanitarian aid given to Ukraine, our information has been exchanged with other humanitarian aid groups, the Foreign Affairs branch of the Canadian government, and officials from the Ukrainian government. Cereals and infant formula continue to make a dramatic impact on the health of the newborns to 3-year-old age group. As a result, fewer infants and young children are suffering from malnutrition. During follow-up visits, members have noticed that the odor of diarrhea has virtually disappeared. Children also appear healthier due to the regular supply of vitamins provided. Orphanage administrators say that infections among children are better controlled due to donated antibiotics. Before Help Us Help the Children began delivering aid, many orphanages had not received antibiotics in nearly 4 years. Help Us Help the Children is constantly broadening its base of volunteers as word of the project's goals reach more and more people. Help Us Help the Children's mandate is to help these children live free of hunger, poverty, and isolation and to provide each child with hope, love, and the fundamentals of daily life.
Ви щойно бачили відео про наміри організації приятелів дітей. За останні 6 років значно змінилося життя для дітей-сиріт в Україні завдяки вашої щирої допомоги і завдяки таким особистостям, як панство Оля і Петро Саварин з організації Альбертське товариство збереження української культури. Вітаємо вас в нашій студії. І це свідчить, що робота приятелів дітей досягає не лише Торонто, але й інші міста Північної Америки. Пане Саварин, чому ви вирішили допомогти дітям-сиротам в Україні?
Бо велика потреба є дітям на Україні, і наше товариство якраз на те зорганізоване. Я є головою, Оля є секретарем. Ми зорганізувалися 1980 року з нагоди 75-ліття поселення українців у Альберті. Відтоді за 18 років ми зібрали біля 1,5 мільйона грошей. З того коло 500 000 вже пішло на поміч Україні. Коли прилітала до нас мрія з України, ми тоді зібрали коло 400 тисяч на поміч дітям Чорнобиля. Очевидно, щоб допомогти дітям Чорнобиля, ми мусили змінити наш статут, але ми це змінили, і дотепер ми яких 70 тисяч вже пішло на Україну, на поміч дітям. А тепер ми сьогодні з приємністю зголошуємо додаткових коло 30 тисяч на оцей ваш телетон в Торонті, щоб не тільки Торонто допомагало Україні, але і Захід Канади. Бо це ж наш народ і наша дітвора.
Дуже вам дякую, пане Саварин, пані Саварин. І знову ми закликаємо всіх тих, кому не байдужа доля дітей-сиріт в Україні, які знаходяться в сирітських будинках, виявити свою підтримку і щиру допомогу. Просимо, дзвоніть, пожертвуйте і будьте певними, що ваша щира допомога буде використана найефективніше. Дзвоніть на телефон, поданий на екрані. Ще раз дуже вам дякую.
Дуже приємно. Бажаємо успіхів.